All right, people, what is good? Back with another video, and today I got another topic I want to talk about here on the VF Cast channel. Thank you guys for the feedback. I didn't think people would continue to watch, and I thank you guys for watching, and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to continue to do these until something comes up, I guess. All right, let's get into this. I got another topic I want to talk about. There's already reports out there saying that Sony are deliberately making hard games like Returnal. Now they're saying like the God of War, the hardest mode was too hard. I remember people were talking about Uncharted 4 on crushing was hard until they patched that. And now they're saying this game Sifu or Sifu, however you want to pronounce it. A lot of people saying that game is hard too. I'm gonna give you my take on that. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case because I don't necessarily play too many games on hard difficulty, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. But I don't have a problem with it. Personally, I think it's a good thing that these games should be hard. They should be. And a lot of people saying that they want to make the games hard to keep people playing longer, whatever the case may be. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's for. This is nothing new. This has been happening since the NES days. Ever heard the term NES hard or Nintendo hard or Nintendo difficulty? That's what that was. Your Ninja Gaidens, your Battletoads, your I guess in some cases Double Dragon. There's a lot of games on the NES that are like super difficult. Like, I'm not joking. They're like really hard, and that's the way they were built. So you can continue to play for a long period of time. Feel like you got your money's worth. Because back then, games were, I guess I can't remember about back then. I think they were around $49.99 back then for games, or something. I think it was like $39 or $40. I wanted to say $49.99. And they want to make sure you got your money's worth by playing a long period of time. So with Sony or Microsoft or whoever company is making a difficult game, I don't have a problem with that. Me personally, I like playing games on the hardest difficulty. Now, I play games like on the second to the hardest because I don't have the time to challenge myself. I work. I have time to play with my son. I have to do things for my wife. I just don't have the time to sit there and grind it out and figure out a difficult game. Now, I want to. Don't get me wrong. I want to. Like, when Uncharted came out, I beat pretty much every game on there, especially when it came out for the PlayStation 4, the Uncharted collection. Because I think the only one I beat on crushing was Uncharted 2 on PS3. But the collection, I went back, I wanted to play all those on crushing. I beat all of them on crushing, but I never got around to play on brutal. Modern Warfare, the recent Modern Warfare came, I played on the second to the hardest difficulty. Uncharted 4, second to the hardest difficulty. I think Lost Legacy I did second to the hardest. If not, I will do it, or I will try to play on crushing anyway this go round. And I may go ahead and try to play on crushing on Uncharted 4 on the PlayStation 5. But most games I play, I like to play on the hardest difficulty. Like, if I have the time, I embrace the challenge. And I think other gamers should do as well, because I feel that it pushes you as a gamer. Now, if you don't have time, you have other things you need to do, you don't want to be stressed out and bogged down with playing those type of games, because those games can be stressful. And if you don't want to be bogged down, stressed out over a game like that, I totally understand. I get it. It's because, we got a lot of stuff to do nowadays. A lot of us gamers don't have the time to sit in front of a TV or a monitor like we used to. We just don't. So I get it if you want to play a game, be challenged a little bit, and don't want to, be stressed out and just want to complete a game with, with a little, with some type of resistance. Nothing really major. I get it. And I'm kind of like the same way. I want to be challenged. I take that back. I want to play on the hardest difficulty, but I don't have the time, because some of these games, I know I'm going to be tested. And I know it's going to take a long period of time, and I have to come back to the game. I just don't have time to do it and be stressed out on top of it, because, like I said, I know these games, they will stress you out. But I will normally play on the difficulty right below the hardest difficulty. And I usually get a pretty good challenge out of that. So, as far as Sony or whatever company's doing this, I don't have a problem with it. I really believe that other companies should do it, or at least have that option to make the games I ain't gonna say extremely difficult, but very difficult for people who want to be pushed to the limit. Because after a while, some people feel like they can master a game and they want to be challenged. But I think the problem with this, with Sony, right now Sony is the one that's supposed to be, they're accused of doing this. I think what happened is after the 6th generation, which is the PlayStation 2, original Xbox, GameCube, and Dreamcast, after those games, when it jumped to the 7th generation, a lot of games started to get easier because we knew that the demographic, well, I would say we didn't know, but the gaming companies felt like the gaming demographic was going to get a little bit younger. They did not expect a lot of older gamers to continue to game. Like myself, I'm in my 30s. I'm in my late 30s. And I don't think they really, took that in consideration. They thought a lot of kids was going to continue to play. It's going to be a cycle of continuously bringing kids to the fold. And the mature games were going to be the ones that are like the holdovers for the guys like me, like the real outlandish, violent games were going to be the ones for the holdovers. But a lot of games going to be pretty much somewhat violent, but it was still going to be a little bit easier. So a lot of games that came out were pretty easy. Now I guess the demographic has, somewhat still changed. Like a lot of gamers are like my age. A lot of gamers are my age, and with that being said, a lot of games now are trying to be a little bit more or less, less kid friendly. You still have some retro games that pull at people in nostalgia. You still have some games that look retro that still are pretty difficult for the guys who used to play games like myself back in the day. But for the most part, a lot of games want to go like the Nintendo route. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of games want to go the Nintendo route, have a nice little kiddie game that is, a little bit adventurous and is not as difficult. I mean, like Kena Bridge of Spirits. Yeah, it does have a difficult side to it, but for the most part, it is somewhat of a kid-friendly type of game. You also have other games that are out there that are similar to that, that are really kid-friendly, but not as difficult. I would even say Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West is going to be that type of game. I don't know how difficult those games are because I never turned up the difficulty on Zero Dawn, but I kind of get the sense that it does kind of cater to somewhat of a younger audience. That's the take I've always got with Horizon Zero Dawn anyway. It's just another whimsical game that, even though Sony's making it, I can easily see that game being on a Nintendo platform. So I just feel like the Sony and some of these other companies understand that the demographic is the type that are really out there to get a challenge. So this is why some of these games are coming out. Like I said, your Returnals, your Sci-Fu or Sifu, or the extreme difficulty on some of these games. It's because some people, not even just, I don't even want to look at it as an age thing. Some people who are just embedded in playing video games want that challenge. And I think that's the main thing. And I think that's what we see. I think it's a good thing. I have no problem with it. And at the end of the day, we need more of it. That's just my opinion. I think we need more of it. I'm here for it. And whenever I have time to, I will try my best to play a game on the hardest difficulty. But like I said, man, look at me. Look what I got on. I'm a blue-collar brother. I'm out here working a blue-collar job. Don't get me wrong, I love my job. But I'm out here working, a blue-collar job. I go home to my family and I have time with them. I don't have time to really sit in front of a TV or a monitor and play something very, very difficult. I just don't. I wish I did because I want to. But I just don't have it because I love being challenged. It's one of the reasons why I got into video games back in the mid-'80s. And I'm old, mid-'80s. It's crazy. But yeah, that's the reason why I got into it. I wanted to be challenged. I need something to challenge me. But Let me know what you guys think. You think I'm crazy? You think these games are too difficult? You think people are tripping? They softies? They don't know how to handle difficult games? What do you think? Me, I always like a challenge, and that's how I feel, and I always stand by it. And I'm not against any of these companies doing that. I just wish I was able to play more of these difficult games and have time invested in them, because sometimes I can run through a game in a breeze when it's second to the last difficulty. When I know the game is all the way turned up, there's gonna be some time, and I just don't have that time. All right, y'all, I'm about to get to the house, see my wife, see my son, and enjoy the rest of my day. I am off of work tomorrow, so I may do a video in studio. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it. All right, y'all, hit the like button, share this video, subscribe. All right, y'all, VF Cast, I am VF Baller. I'm out. You guys be easy. Peace.